welcome to a new episode of Cover Story. This week we shall be talking to a young General Secretary from the BJP, Dharmendra Pradhan. Actually, it's been quite a busy week for Pradhan, for he is in charge of juggling that hot potato, the state of Bihar. But first, the story of the week. This week saw two reshuffles within the Congress, one at the organizational level and the other within the Council of Ministers. Finally, it does seem that Rahul's dream team is in place. Here's a look at the key players. It is the era of Rahul Gandhi, where to be young is to be politically correct. The recent AICC reshuffle saw a lot of young faces being promoted for party work. As the new General Secretary in charge of communications, it was Ajay Makhan who pointed out that the average age of the AICC is now 52.
श्री राहुल गांधी जी जो युवा नेता हैं, देश के कांग्रेस पार्टी के, शायद उनकी ये छाप साफ नजर आती है, जबकि एवरेज एज ऑफिस बेयरर्स के 52 वर्ष हमारी ऑल इंडिया कांग्रेस कमेटी का हो गए हैं. ऑफिस बेयरर्स की एवरेज एज 52 वर्ष.
But simultaneously there was another reshuffle. This one was at the cabinet level and it saw a lot of veterans, including the 84-year-old Shishram Ola shuffling to take oath. The 43-year-old Rahul Gandhi was conspicuous by his absence. This was clearly a reshuffle of compromises to redress regional imbalances and not one that showcased talent or energy. Small wonder then that Rahul was missing. With Lok Sabha elections barely a year away, it now seems that Rahul's dream team is finally in place. It is a combination of veterans and youth. Along with the Digvijay Singh, who belongs to the same era of Congress as Rajiv Gandhi, there is also a Milind Deora, a Sachin Pilot, a Madhu Gaud Yaski, a Jitin Prasad, all of whom belong to the same class of 2004 as Rahul Gandhi. Some in fact would even call this the Cub class. However, slowly but surely, with Rahul taking a larger role, the AICC is getting divided between Team Rahul and Team Sonia. Will Rahul's team be able to take on the headquarter honchos who have ruled so long at Akbar Road under Sonia's patronage? But that's a later debate. For now, let's take a look at Dream Team 2014. Ajay Makhan, the newly appointed AICC General Secretary in charge of media, he brings a young and earnest look to the media cell. Next is Manish Tiwari, INB Minister. The savvy lawyer has a rebuttal for every charge. These are the public schoolboy faces. They can take on Modi on the social media. Both have risen from the organization. The duo will be handling the media for both the government and the party. Both are adept at the new age media, for that is really where the Rahul versus Modi battle is being fought. The one drawback is their seniority. Already Makhan is facing flack from some of his colleagues for not being senior enough. But however, there is a group of elders in Rahul's think tank who give strategic and ideological inputs. Here is a checklist. Digvijay Singh, Congress General Secretary in charge of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Goa. Digvijay already has an equation with Rahul as his mentor-in-chief. Now he has to deliver strategic and ideological inputs. Here is a checklist. Digvijay Singh, Congress General Secretary in charge of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Goa. Digvijay already has an equation with Rahul as his mentor-in-chief. Now he has to deliver Andhra Pradesh. Madhusudan Mistry, Congress General Secretary Uttar Pradesh and in charge of the Central Election Committee. Mistry will be taking on Modi's man Amit Shah in Uttar Pradesh. Rahul is already very impressed with Mistry's handling of the Karnataka elections. Jairam Ramesh, Cabinet Minister. Jairam has to deliver the trophy land bill. He also gives inputs for Rahul Gandhi's speeches. And last of all in this category is Mohan Prakash, General Secretary in charge of Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. A former socialist, Mohan Prakash has been given charge of the election-going state of Madhya Pradesh. He also gives Rahul Gandhi ideological inputs for his speeches. The two General Secretaries, Digvijay Singh and Madhusudan Mistry, are in charge of delivering the crucial states of UP, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. Digvijay Singh had a good equation with Jagan Mohan Reddy's father and had always advocated a soft line against Jagan. Singh is also in charge of the election publicity campaign, while Mistry is shortlisting the candidates for the Lok Sabha polls. As for Jairam Ramesh, he was keen to be drafted for party work, but instead was told that he has to first get the key land bill passed in Parliament. And now for Rahul's own peer group, the Baba Log. Just as Rajiv Gandhi's core team had a key component from the Doon School, so does a majority of Rahul's dream team. Milind Deora, Minister of State Communications and IT. Of all, it is Deora who has the most informal rapport with Rahul. He is also a key backroom strategist for Team Rahul. RPN Singh, Minister of State, Home. His handling of the Naxal attack and the anti-rape riots was in sharp contrast with his senior minister's handling. Jitin Prasad, Minister of State, HRD. The well-connected Prasad is a key backroom strategist, particularly for the state of Uttar Pradesh. Sachin Pilot, Minister of State Independent, Corporate Affairs. He has a mass pan-India presence. Sachin also showcases Rahul's idea of governance. Jyotiraditya Scindia, Minister of State, Power, Independent Charge. He could emerge as the next Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, showcases the right public school image that Rahul wants. Bhavar Jitendra Singh, MOS Independent, Sports. A trekking buddy of Rahul Gandhi, he also helped him revamp the Youth Congress. These are the showstoppers in Rahul's Camelot. They are also the deliverers of the Rahul blueprint. They showcase a new age governance. They send the right optics of youth and energy, and also showcase a clean-cut public school face of government. Most of these young ministers were upgraded during the 2012 reshuffle. At that time, Rahul Gandhi was asked about his imprint on the reshuffle. He had then pointed to this lot and said, "This is my imprint." These are the faces that Rahul will be taking along with him on his political journey wherever he goes. It is this lot that will be the deliverers of Rahul's vision and the blueprint of his governance. So this is the team that's going to help Rahul Gandhi take on Narendra Modi. Moving on, here's a look at the interview of the week with a young face from the BJP, Pradhan. Actually, it's a time of transition within the BJP. And Dharmendra Pradhan talks to us about the politics of Ayodhya in the age of Facebook, about the JDU-BJP breakup and much more. A Rajya Sabha MP from Bihar, though he comes from Orissa, Dharmendra Pradhan was made General Secretary by Nitin Gadkari in 2010. A former BJP Yuva Morcha chief, he is currently handling the turbulent state of Bihar. A regular at RSS Shakhas, he has an excellent equation with the current Sangh leadership. An articulate leader, Dharmendra Pradhan is being groomed as the third generation face of the BJP. Today we have him on Cover Story telling us exactly what went wrong in Bihar. Hello and welcome to Cover Story, Mr. Pradhan. First of all, let's begin, with the problem in the BJP, with the crisis. You're a General Secretary of the party, but still, there seems to be a leadership crisis in the BJP. Do you think that you just lost an ally? Do you think it's time to take a relook at your leadership?
No, never. BJP, I don't think so. BJP has a leadership crisis. We have a galaxy of leader.
Isn't that the problem?
No. We have a galaxy of leader. Everybody has its own role to play. Advani ji is here, party president is here, Honorable Rajnath Singh. Two competent leaders of the opposition are there in both the houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. They have their own standing. Dr. Joshi is a very learned person. He is a part of our national leadership. An enthusiastic person like Gadkari is part of our leadership. And able administrator in different states, Narendra Modi ji, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Manohar Parrikar ji, Raman Singh ji, Basundhara Raje, all these are galaxy of leaders.
In this galaxy of leaders, isn't there one who's been promoted recently first amongst equals? One chief minister has been given more power than the others.
No, there is a total clarity in my party. Party President Rajnath Singh ji has already clarified and categorically, since last so many months, he is articulating one thing. Narendra Modi is the popular leader among the lot, and he has his own standing and capacity to articulate the political message. Right. Certainly, in some area, when you in competition, in marching ahead, somebody has to take the lead. Today, Narendra Modi ji is the popular leader and he is articulating our political philosophy in public domain.
पॉपुलर तो है, लेकिन एक स्टेट में पॉपुलर नहीं है. बिहार में उनकी उतना पॉपुलैरिटी थोड़ी कम लग रही है.
देखिए, इस प्रकार के पैमाना जब चुनाव आता है तब पता चलता है. I don't think you can judge Narendra Modi ji. He is popular in Gujarat, he is not popular in so and so. Now, Narendra Bhai and Bharatiya Janata Party has a pan-Indian appeal and he is popular.
Pan-India stops South, na? South of India's BJP is not so popular. And neither is Modi. Modi भी गए थे कर्नाटक.
Recently, Modi ji visited Kerala in a social function. If you observe, analyze that program, you can. In Kerala, my party is a very small party. We have about limited capacity. But that program, more than 40,000 people came to see Narendra Modi, listen Narendra Modi ji. This is the popularity parameter of Narendra Modi in Kerala. You go everywhere.
कर्नाटक में क्या हुआ?
Karnataka, we were a powerful party. We lost, I agree. It's not due to Narendra Modi ji. We could not handle ourselves in Karnataka. Our internal problem came up. We lost the election, but party has a strong political base, social base in Karnataka. Political party has to win and lose both. We have to prepare for both the things.
Okay, talking about loss, and since you are in charge of Bihar, you have that hot potato. What exactly went wrong in Bihar? ये नहीं था कि शरद यादव, नीतीश कुमार has not been saying कि मोदी को मत बनाओ. You still went ahead. Why did you do that? Do you think in retrospect it was a wrong move?
Not at all, not at all. मैं देखो 2-3 विषय उस सारे को ऐसे मानता हूँ. नीतीश कुमार जी की अपना मजबूरी अपनी जगह पे रह सकती है. कोई भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी, एनडीए हम चलाते हैं. एनडीए को मैं एक लेट प्रमोद महाजन जी को कोट करना चाहूंगा. मिड 90s में एक बात वो कहते थे, मजबूत भारतीय जनता पार्टी मजबूत एनडीए बनेगी. पिरामिड स्ट्रक्चर में बेस मजबूत होना चाहिए. एनडीए की मजबूती भारतीय जनता पार्टी की मजबूती से आएगी. भारतीय जनता पार्टी किसको मुखिया बनाएगी, किसको अपना समर युद्ध में सेनापति बनाएंगी, दिस इज प्रोरोगेटिव ऑफ भारतीय जनता पार्टी. बिहार भारत के अंदर है. सारे परिस्थितियों को ध्यान में रखते हुए हम लोगों ने यह फैसला किया है. पार्टी की शीर्ष नेतृत्व ये जिम्मेवारी नरेंद्र मोदी को दिया है कि आप इस चुनाव कैंपेनिंग को आगे बढ़ाओ.
But see, you haven't even made him prime minister candidate. वो तो बात की बात है. Still, your allies are not ready to accept this.
देखो, नीतीश कुमार जी के अपने
क्या कंपल्सन है?
उनकी मौका परस्ती है.
What was his compulsion?
उनकी मौका परस्ती है. ये अपॉर्चुनिज्म है. ये सुविधा की राजनीति है. आप हमारे साथ 17 साल की गठबंधन चलाते हो. नरेंद्र मोदी जी को गुजरात में जाके प्रशंसा करके आते हो. ये कहते हो कि नरेंद्र भाई मोदी को गुजरात में सीमित नहीं रखना, उनकी जिम्मेवारी देश में होनी चाहिए. खुद कह के आते हो.
पर उसके बाद he said a lot of other things also. He's changed his stand after that.
कब चेंज किया? कब चेंज किया?
Recently at the JDU election.
इसी को हम मौका परस्ती कहते हैं. भाई एक पार्टी, जिस पार्टी की भारतीय जनता पार्टी गुजरात में अच्छा करेगी तो आपको पसंद नहीं है, मध्य प्रदेश में अच्छा करेगी आपको होगी, ये दो अलग चीज है. ये नहीं हो सकती है. भारतीय जनता पार्टी अपना पॉलिटिकल फिलोसॉफी को लेकर आगे बढ़ती है. अपना अपना चेहरा उससे उभरते हैं. नीतीश कुमार जी की जब तक एक विशेष वर्ग की वोट को ध्यान में रखते हुए एक सुविधा की राजनीति उन्होंने चुना है. वो स्वतंत्र है चुनने के लिए, हमें कोई उसमें आपत्ति नहीं है.
ओके, व्हाट हैपेंड? नीतीश कुमार ने विश्वासघात किसने किसके साथ किया? बिकॉज नीतीश कुमार इज सेइंग आई इनवाइटेड सुशील मोदी फॉर अ कैबिनेट मीटिंग, ही डिड नॉट टर्न अप. बीजेपी इज सेइंग नीतीश कुमार डिडंट इवन टेल अस, बट ही जस्ट वेंट एंड टोल्ड द गवर्नर दैट द बीजेपी मिनिस्टर्स हैव रिजाइंड. सो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली?
वी हैव नॉट रिजाइंड. नीतीश कुमार जी सैक्ड आवर मिनिस्टर. देखो, कनपट्टी पे बंदूक रख के कहो मेरे को आप मोहब्बत करो, ऐसे नहीं होती है. इनकी जो प्री कंडीशन थी, बीजेपी की शीर्ष नेतृत्व ये घोषणा करे नरेंद्र मोदी जी को कभी भी प्रधानमंत्री के प्रत्याशी नहीं बनाएंगे, तब जाके मैं आपको साथ आऊंगा. इस प्रकार की सौदेबाजी भारतीय जनता पार्टी सहन नहीं करती है. आप आपका रास्ता चुनो. आपको विश्वासघात इसीलिए हमने ये मुद्दा को उठाया जिसको बिहार की जनता ने बंद के माध्यम से समर्थन भी किया. मैंडेट मिला था एक सामाजिक आधार का लालू जी को परास्त करने के लिए. आपने उस मैंडेट को अवहेलना करके जिनके खिलाफ हम लोगों की लड़ाई थी, लालू जी को बढ़ाने में कांग्रेस के हाथ है. कांग्रेस के साथ आज नीतीश कुमार जी ने हाथ मिलाया. आपने बाकी छोड़ दिए. 2010 में आपने राहुल गांधी को कटाक्ष किया था कि इनको मालूम क्या ही आगे बिहार में कैंपेनिंग करने के लिए, प्रचार करने के लिए, उनको बिहार के बारे में समझदारी नहीं है. पहले कहीं का मुख्यमंत्री बन जाए, बाद में प्रधानमंत्री की सपना देखे. ये बात नीतीश कुमार जी ने कहा था राहुल गांधी जी के ऊपर. 2009 में जब नीतीश कुमार जी को अभी के प्रधानमंत्री कहा, कुछ विषय पे उन्होंने कहा हमको प्रधानमंत्री जी से सर्टिफिकेट नहीं चाहिए, आज उनको प्रधानमंत्री फोन करते तो उनको सुकून मिलती है. यह नीतीश कुमार जी की दोहरा नीति है. इसी पे हम लोगों की आपत्ति है.
But you also gave in to Nitish Kumar when he said Narendra Modi should not come to the Lok Sabha elections to campaign. You agreed. You did not send Modi to Bihar. Now suddenly you are forcing Modi down his.
No. We are not forcing Modi. उस समय पे हमने अपना त्याग किया.
Okay, moving away from Bihar, can you just explain the leadership structure of BJP? I'm saying this again because there is a lot of confusion. Everybody says Advani ji is a mentor and guide, Modi is the most popular leader. But where do they stand in the party hierarchy and where is Rajnath in all this?
Because my party is a party of family tradition. One day, you have to justify the role of father, you have to justify the role of grandfather, you have to justify the role of the youngsters of the family. Everybody has its own role. There is no doubt on that. Atal ji and Advani ji are the two tallest leaders. They are the inspiring point of crores of Karyakarta of my party. There is no confusion. There is total clarity on this aspect. Our party's primary target is to defeat Congress in Delhi. This is a war. Election is a war. In war, we have to put your best soldier, best general and best strategy to defeat the enemy. Today, rightly looking into scenario, party president, who is the organizational head of my party, Sri Rajnath Singh ji. Today is Rajnath Singh ji, yesterday it was Gadkari ji, before that it was Rajnath Singh ji. Today Rajnath Singh ji strategized in this way. Narendra Modi ji will campaigning, heading the campaigning committee, and he will the captain of the team. That is the structure. And there are two able leaders in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. They are nailing down this government every day. This is our structure.
Where is Advani in this?
He is the inspiring point. He is the tallest personality. He is the supreme authority in my party.
But he is now feeling not like a father but like a stepfather. He is feeling little alienated.
So in my party, I am a very small character. I am a small worker. Nobody in our party debate our Advani's viewpoint. Sometimes, head of the family has its own authority. Advani just that privilege and that authority in my party to put his opinion, to guide us, to put in right track.
Okay, but you know when Vajpayee was the head, was the prime minister, you had about 24 allies NDA had. Today, before Modi's name you had 3, now you have 2. So don't you think that Modi is more divisive than cohesive?
Okay, you are right. We have 24 party with us. Modi ji is not the cause of the deserting this 24 party from the
one at least, not 3 to 2.
What are the other 21? It's not Modi is not the cause. Don't analyze in this way. Some people are. It's a politics. If you are powerful, people will be with you. If you are not powerful, people will bring up the ideological dilemmas, ideological issues.
So you are thinking when you are in power again, they'll all come back?
Certainly. I am again repeating Pramodji's viewpoint. If pyramid is, you have to carry forward the pyramid, you will build a good pyramid, good structure, foundation has to be strengthened. Foundation has to be solid. Bharatiya Janata Party is the solid foundation of non-Congress politics.
But people like Naveen Patnaik and even Chandrababu Naidu left because they thought the BJP is too communal. They thought so. Now with Modi as the head to communal, so how will you overcome that?
नवीन पटनायक जी जब हमारे साथ उड़ीसा में, मैं उड़ीसा से आता हूँ, जब समझौता तोड़ा, कोई सांप्रदायिक मुद्दा नहीं था उनके पास.
Why did he break up?
सुविधा की राजनीति था. उनको लगा कि मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी के अलावा खुद चुनाव जीत सकता हूँ. जिन्होंने जीता, कोई सांप्रदायिक तनाव या सांप्रदायिक मुद्दा बीच में नहीं था. नवीन पटनायक जी के उस समय की स्टेटमेंट को आप उठा के देखिए. कोई सांप्रदायिक की राजनीति था. उनको लगा कि मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी के अलावा खुद चुनाव जीत सकता हूं. जिन्होंने जीता, कोई सांप्रदायिक तनाव या सांप्रदायिक मुद्दा बीच में नहीं था. नवीन पटनायक जी के उस समय की स्टेटमेंट को आप उठा के देखिए. कोई सांप्रदायिक मुद्दा उसमें नहीं था.
But now he's trying to form a federal front that doesn't include Modi. He's talking to Mamta, he's talking to Jayalalitha, even Nitish Kumar. There's no Modi in this new front.
तो फेडरल फ्रंट की एक प्रमुख हिस्सा तो कल कांग्रेस के हाथ पकड़ लिए. फेडरल फ्रंट और थर्ड फ्रंट इज द बी टीम ऑफ द कांग्रेस.
B team of the Congress, but they have that little facade to keep going, you know.
This is slogan only. This is slogan only. मैं बता रहा हूँ, 4 दिन पहले फेडरल फ्रंट बना, 5वां दिन नीतीश बाबू कांग्रेस के हाथ थाम लिए. तो कहां बचा फेडरल फ्रंट? और ममता जी तो खुल के करे, हमने एफडीआई के खिलाफ कांग्रेस से बाहर आया. एंटी कांग्रेस. नवीन बाबू दिल्ली में रैली कर रहे कांग्रेस की सरकार के खिलाफ, तो नीतीश बाबू कांग्रेस के हाथ पकड़ लिए. कहां बचा फेडरल फ्रंट?
But kahan bacha BJP? BJP is nowhere in this. Congress has a better chance than the BJP. What do you think any of these people will tie up with the BJP?
Let me tell you first, Priya ji, you have to strengthen BJP. BJP is effective in major part of country. BJP is the principal opposition to Congress. Our responsibility lies with us to create a good platform to fight against Congress. Let us see, you said, let us move ahead.
But do you think the BJP can, under Modi, how many seats are you expecting?
I am not going for any number
Okay, give me states wise. Where can you gain? In the south, I don't see the BJP gaining. That's too.
How can you say in Telangana, in Karnataka, half of the south BJP is the principal opponent to the anybody?
But BJP is non-existent. Telangana will the Jagan or the TRS will take the credit.
Let us see, na. Let us see. Let us move ahead. Result will show so many things.
Okay, if the BJP is so pro Telangana, you were in power. You announced to a couple of small states, Uttarakhand, Jharkhand. उस समय why didn't you announce?
उस समय पे चंद्रबाबू नायडू जी के साथ हमारी जो गठबंधन थी, उस समय पे हमको कुछ सीमा थी. उस समय चंद्रबाबू नायडू तेलंगाना के पक्षधर उन दिनों में नहीं थे. आज वो अपना मत बदले हैं. इस दिक्कत के कारण हमने तेलंगाना कर नहीं पाया. सैद्धांतिक रूप में भारतीय जनता पार्टी तेलंगाना की पक्षधर था. अभी भी हमारा प्रतिबद्धता है. जब हम दिल्ली में सरकार बनाएंगे, पहला काम कुछ करेंगे तो तेलंगाना को अलग राज्य बनाएंगे.
Okay, let's go back to your politics. You joined from the youth BJP. You were a member of the ABVP. What do you see? You are also heading the youth wing of the BJP. But do you see that agitational politics is slowly losing its flavor in India?
देखिए, भारत बदल चुका है. कंट्री हैज चेंज्ड, सोसाइटी हैज ऑल्सो चेंज्ड. मैं नहीं मानता हूं कि देखो लोग अपने, लेट मी पुट वन एग्जांपल. In 2012, people get together in India Gate to protest against the Delhi rape case. ये क्या संघर्ष नहीं था?
But it's been outsourced to the civil society more than politicians. That the anti-rape agitations were more from the spontaneous movement.
You know what's wrong in it? In society, in a society, what's the role of political party? To safeguard the interest of common man. If common society, civil society is asserting himself, look, I have to protect my own interest. Political party has to fall into the line. What's wrong in that?
You know, during Sanjay Gandhi's days, the Youth Congress was at its heyday. Only 3 people had matador vans: Sanjay Gandhi, Sanjay Singh and Jagdish Titler. Now, Youth Congress and youth politics is become corrupted by these fast cars, 5-star hotels, and this is also prevalent in the BJP. It's not just the Congress. Do you think there is a certain demoralizing in the culture?
No, when you are talking about youth movement, let Sanjay Gandhi's youth movement, I never count as a youth movement. I don't want to say something embarrassing to a late leader. But in country, people like me and a lot of young generation never idealized Sanjay Gandhi as a youth leader. It is a symbol of arrogance, a symbol of power, symbol of...
Certain section did.
I don't think so. Sizable section of Indian population. That other way, in 74, what was the cause of JP movement? JP's movement, the whole of lot youth power, students power, came to the street, protesting against psychophancy. So, portraying that Sanjay Gandhi is the symbol of youth movement, I don't think so.
But look at your own BJP, AVP leaders. There is, Ravi Shankar Prasad, Arun Jaitley, Venkaiah Naidu. All of them, when you look at them, they don't symbolize agitational politics. They symbolize rather TV studio politics.
So, you can't expect the changing scenario, the same character, the same spirit in a different age. It's a movement. Character changes. New people are coming up. They have their own. They are our party's senior leader. They are the policy maker. They are the fountainhead of the inspiration. Lot of young people are carrying forward their policies, their visions.
But do you have an account on Facebook or Twitter?
Yes, I have.
Do you see that being the new area of debate now? Because, especially BJP and Narendra Modi, they've taken the argument and agitation to digital world instead of the real world.
No, Priyaji, I fail to understand.
Changing with the time.
What's your jealousy? If my party and my leader is opting for the technology, at one point of time you people are accusing us, these people are Dakyanusi, these people are orthodox. If I am adopting the modern technology, I'm breeding myself, what's wrong in that?
Where do you see the BJP heading with the young blood like yourself? What would you like the party to be? Do you still want to rake up the temple agenda, the old, for instance, Narendra Modi did not go to Ayodhya. He was invited, he did not go. Is that a good thing? You see that the BJP is moving ahead and talking of more positive things like development instead of...
No, I am focused on, my party is very strategized itself to how to move forward. Let me clarify 2-3 things. Let me put for 2-3 things. आप हमको कहते हो कि ये अयोध्या वाली पार्टी है, मंदिर वाली पार्टी है. अगर मैं फेसबुक में जाऊं, आप कहते हो आप यहां तक क्यों चले गए?
So both Ayodhya and Facebook are in the BJP's.
There is no dichotomy. There is no dichotomy. There are so many material are coming out how youngsters is pro-religion or they are pro-Astha. Some people, unfortunately, in our country, some people, some leftist historian, leftist background expert, they portray कि tradition and modernity are there two things. No. With traditional value, traditional ethics, modernity can come. This civilization is the symbol of Indian civilization. Bharatiya Sanskriti is always a forward-looking civilization, is a synergy of two things. We are representing that.
Thank you so much for talking to NewsX. We have a new age BJP leader decoding what the party means and where it is headed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, that was an interesting insight into the events of the last few days. Now let's see what the other side has to say and take a look at Digvijay Singh's Twitter diary. Not to lose an opportunity to mock the BJP. Well, that's all for this week. Thank you for watching Cover Story and see you again next week.